Hi, Terry. When you picked up the Oregonian on the morning of September 24th and saw the name Bradford Porter, what meaning did that name have for you?
Bradford Porter was a volunteer assistant wrestling coach for the Roosevelt wrestling team back in 2010, and was involved in an incident that I investigated, so it just brought back some unpleasant memories of him and the whole incident.
And Terry, you were working as the school resource officer at Roosevelt at the time, and when you interviewed the 15-year-old that Bradford was involved with at Roosevelt, tell me what happened.
Initially, she said that there had been no sexual activity between the two, and after speaking with her mother contacted me, and I re-interviewed her with her mother present, and she admitted that there had been a consensual sexual relationship between herself when she was 15 and Mr. Porter, and it lasted about a month during the wrestling season, and that the sexual intercourse took place on about 5 occasions, all of it occurring at Roosevelt High School, and one occurrence actually happened during a school day when the two of them were down in the basement in what's called the mat room.
And as you're investigating this, Terry, I trust that this was a pretty convincing, if somewhat anguished story.
Yes, and it certainly involved the school. The school was alerted initially. They were very concerned. And so our protocol at the time was to contact the sex crimes supervising detective and advise him of what we had, and get his input on how his office wanted us to proceed with the investigation.
And when you asked detectives from the sex crime unit to assist you in this investigation, Terry, what happened?
I was told they would not interview any of the witnesses, and they would not conduct any initial interview of the victim, that I was to do that and report back to them as the investigation progressed, report back to them what I was finding out, and get guidance on the next step to take.
And did you sense a lack of interest here, Terry?
I wouldn't call it a lack of interest. I'd call it a management style, dealing with resources or the lack of resources, and the volume of cases that are generated really on a daily basis that investigators have to triage and figure out what's important and what patrol officers can do to assist them.
Terry, what then should we learn from all of this, both the episode from 2010 and the fact that Brad Porter has returned to haunt us?
There are predators out there, and statistically we can offer proof of that. How our schools vetting their volunteers. We seem to be, as a society, on board recognizing sex trafficking and the victims and how many that there are. And how much different is this? That you've got a predator that we didn't deal with in 2010, and apparently he has allegedly reoffended.